Welcome back to Flashbacks. I'm Tony from Comic Book Fans United, and today we're going to be covering episode 12, Crazy for You. This episode introduces us to Shauna Baez, better known as Peekaboo. Now she's a Jeff Johns creation. She doesn't have many appearances in the comics, but she's still an interesting character to talk about. In the show, she's more or less a facsimile of Nightcrawler from the X-Men. But she has to keep line of sight to wherever she's going to teleport to. In the comics, her power had one more little element to it, which is whenever she would teleport, wherever she was previously standing would explode, so she was kind of a handful to deal with. Also on the show, she's kind of a small-time criminal working with her boyfriend, where in the comics, she was committing crimes, but she was doing so to pay for a surgery for an ill family member. So this is the first time we get to see what happened to Ronnie Raymond the night of the particle accelerator explosion. We see that after it goes up, you see him in the energy wave, and he hits Martin Stein, who's holding a build of the Firestorm Matrix, and they fuse together. And as the show progresses, it explains, goes further into detail of what exactly is going on with them. But this is the first time we actually get to see them emerge. And I think this is the first time we also get to see Martin Stein. Something I always enjoy pointing out is firsts for Barry Allen on this show, and this episode is no different. This is the first time we actually get to see Barry Allen catch a bullet. It's something he gets very comfortable doing later on, dodging bullets, redirecting bullets. Wally West did this as well. Wally West would also steal the energy of bullets, so like when he touched them, they would just drop to the floor and he would steal that speed. Who knows, maybe we'll see Barry Allen get to do this, since essentially Barry Allen is a facsimile of Wally West. So this isn't a Flash fact, this is a Grant Gustin fact. He and the character of Caitlin Snow go to a bar and she drags him on stage to do karaoke, and we see that Barry Allen has a really great singing voice. And that's because Grant Gustin has a great singing voice, and we know that because he spent so much time on Glee, which is what he was known for back then. So you know how I just said a second ago that this Barry is a Barry Allen given all the best qualities of Wally West? Well, this show now introduces Linda Park as a love interest. Now, as a hardcore Wally West fan, I did get a little angry at it at first, but then I really sat and thought about it, and I realized, one, the show's never going to give us a Wally. Iris is an only child. There's no other West family members, and really, if they do give us a Wally, what are we going to wait, like 10 years before he grows up to be the Flash? Screw it. Give me Wally now. And even if I have to call him Barry Allen on the show, screw it. He's Wally. He's got all his best traits. He's funny, he's dorky, he's extremely likable. And I'm not saying Barry Allen in the comics isn't, but he was essentially a little too straight-laced. He was always, he was serious. He wore stupid, corny bow ties. He had a boring haircut. At least with Grant Gustin's performance, we're getting the best of Wally West in live action. And you know what? I'll take it where I can get it. So to close off this episode of Flashbacks, let's talk about that ending, where we get to see Gorilla Grodd again now in the shadows. But now he's somewhere below Central City in a sewer. And we know he's intelligent enough that he can actually spell his name. And you see him attack these two maintenance workers, but just before he does, you get a quick little glimpse of him in the shadow, and his eyes are glowing red. And I'll go into that in another episode, but just to close this one off, man, I'm so fucking ready for Gorilla Grodd in this show. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this episode of Flashbacks. As always, leave a comment down below if I've missed anything, or what you think of this show. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, share it with your friends, please. We're trying to get our show to spread as far as we possibly can. And we'd love you guys to come join us on our page. You can check us out in the description box below. Alright guys, I'll see you next time.